Hello, guys, this is Chitra, and welcome to this message. And we are going to first, you know, discuss the word detachment. Okay, and many of you guys must have gone through a period of time where you must have felt the need to detach yourself from people, situation, or certain goals, or greediness, or anything you felt like. Okay, and you felt helpless because the next minute you were wanting it. You were not just only wanting it, you were desperately needing it. Okay, the more you fought with your desires, the more heavier they came to you. Okay, so today we are going to uncover everything. Okay, so I think the people who say that, oh, I'm totally detached, okay, from situation, or material desires and everything like that. Okay, so there are people who are genuinely detached, and there are people who are good at faking it. Okay, so the people who are good at faking it, they just tell themselves lies. Okay, and they are just good at pretending, they are good at faking their emotions. And the minute that they are alone, they know the reality. Okay, they are just desperate for that thing, and they are just making up the lies. Okay, and they are just making themselves believe that they don't want it. Okay, either they are not seeing the situation, either they are not feeling the situation, or either they just walk away. Okay, just leaving everything so they don't have to face it. Okay, and at some point of our life we all do it. Okay, so we don't want to just pretend. Okay, we are now tired of pretending. Okay, so the game is going to be like now switched. We are going to be other part where people really get detached. Okay, from external validation, people get detached from materialism, people get detached from anything that really, you know bound them. Okay, so when we talk about desires, what are desires? Okay, the wants and the needs, okay, of a human. And there is like little bit of difference between want and need, which is desperation. Okay, so your wants become your need when you are desperate for it. Okay, and you must have listened this rule in manifestation, that you don't chase your goals, you don't chase your manifestation, you just learn the art of letting it go. And people really like f their shit when it get times to let things go. Okay, because they don't know how to let go. Okay, and they are desperately attached to the goal, that's why they are manifesting it. So they are asking, how can I let go when I desperately want this genuinely? Okay, so our desires are, they are just our goals, or something we call as security, and something that we developed as from our environment, a thought that we develop from our environment, and we see it as a security. Okay, people want money, people want lavish houses, people want a very, good lifestyle, maybe a good partner. Okay, and there are lots of things to get. Okay, good career, people want babies and many children, and etc. There are a lot of desires, okay, of a human mind. Okay, but when you get at some stage and these desires are totally becoming exhausting for you, and you are just exhausted from chasing them on, and constantly, be in that cycle and rat race of like achieving goals after goals and goals, and these goals never ended. Then you ask, what are these desires, and who are the real thing that is desiring it? Is it me? Okay, and then you question your own identity. And now we are like uncovering everything in this. Okay, so Desires are something that comes from our body, our mind, our intellect, okay? And something that we learned from our environment. And when we learn the art of detachment, first we learn our own about our own identity, okay? So now the role of Shiva, okay, comes in. When you think about the real detachment, okay, the real concept of detachment, what pictures or what symbol comes into your mind, okay? Think about it. Because when I think about detachment, this aesthetic yogi come into my mind, okay? This picture of this aesthetic yogi just just pop up into my mind. And who is this? Who This is a yogi that sits in the Himalaya, okay? And he just literally made this world and could end it, but and he made all this security, all these material things, okay? And he made all these luxury that we are chasing for, okay, somehow. But he himself sit in the Himalaya, and he don't sit in any fancy, lavish kingdom or anything like that. He sits in a very simple and very sits in a very hermit kind of place himself, okay? And he doesn't care about materialism. He doesn't care about, all the wealthy or very unrealistic goals that human sets, okay? And if you are like literally, bhakt of him, and you worship him, or you see yourself like look up to him, okay, you should like literally learn this from him, okay? Because there is concept of this identity that I was talking about, okay? And we all have Shiva in us, okay? We all have that detachment in us. We just have to like plug in the switch, okay? So when I talk about identity, people see themselves as just, body. They see themselves as just mind. They just see themselves as their ego, and they can't see themselves beyond that. And when I tell you that you are not your mind, you are not your body, and you are not your senses, and you are not definitely your ego, so then who are you? The identity that you built around throughout your whole life, Sheila, Geeta, Meena, Ram, Sham, whatever your name is, whatever your identity is, you are not that, okay? And the things you needed, a good life partner, and generational wealth, and cars, and servants and everything, you also don't need it. Then who are you? You are the higher consciousness, the consciousness from which the whole universe was created. You, and that you are the consciousness, and the whole consciousness from this from that the whole universe is created. You are that, okay? You are very vast. You are not limited, okay? So when the people look themselves as a soul, as a higher consciousness, who can't be like slim, who can't be fat, who can't be beautiful, who can't be ugly, okay? Who can't be rich, who can't be poor, when they see themselves as a higher consciousness, and then look up the goals that they have made, then they just register in their mind that these are the goals of body, mind, and maybe senses, or these are the desire of body, mind, or senses, but these are not for my soul. What does my soul want? That's how you start the detachment. If you look up to Shiva, you need to learn it, okay? You need to learn the detachment, that you are not your desires, you are not your goals, You are not that mind constantly telling you, comparing you with others, bringing up other goals and decisions to make. There is something much more larger than it. Okay, there is Shiva in you, there is Shiva in me, there is Shiva in everyone. Okay, because everyone has soul, everyone has a higher consciousness. It's just that they are sleeping, and the moment they rise, the moment they awake their soul, the moment they see themselves as a higher consciousness, they see that these desires can fulfill their body goals or their mind, or maybe even their senses for temporarily, but they can't fulfill their higher soul. Okay, they can't fulfill their higher awareness. Okay, they can't fulfill the higher consciousness in them, the Shiva in them. Okay, we all have Shiva, we all have Shakti in us. Okay, I do believe this firmly. Okay, and I think that when we recognize ourselves and when we identify ourselves as a higher consciousness, all these goals become such tiny to achieve. Okay, they become okay. We see that okay, we are body and we have to take care of it, and we live in a society, we have to do our responsibilities, and we should have such good career and a good daughter and a good son and a good husband and wife. Everything is like mandatory for us to live in this society, and to live on this planet earth, and as a human we are experiencing this everything. Okay, I'm not saying that you just leave everything and go to the Himalaya and be a monk. I'm not telling you that. Okay, what I'm saying is that you, when you gain the awareness in you, you don't let these minor things or these minor desires take control of you. Okay, you don't let your senses take control of you. Okay, and that gives you certain power. Okay, you handle the situation completely different, and you see it from the completely different perspective, and that gains you some kind of superiority in that situation. Okay, because the goals and desires that you were like literally um trying to like manifest, or you were like literally chasing. Okay, not manifest, people don't manifest, they directly chase. Okay, and they get exhaust very fast. Okay, so when you see your own identity, and when you separate yourself from your ego, when you separate yourself from your mind, then you can like literally see them as some of the realistic goals. Okay, some of the realistic desire you could set up, and you will not be bothered if you achieve them or not, because you know that you are higher than that. Okay, you are just a soul experiencing human life. Okay, not the other way around. You will see yourself as a soul first. Okay, who could not be bothered by these minor difficulties. Okay, or minor setbacks. Okay, what if I didn't achieve that goal? That doesn't matter. Okay, if I didn't get that job, that doesn't matter, there is something else for me. You will listen to your soul first. Okay, you will be detached. You will not like run for a perfect husband. You will become a perfect person yourself. Okay, you will not chase a perfect wife. You will become a perfect husband yourself. Okay, so the thing is that chasing come when we see ourselves as something who is made for chasing. Okay, as these things we can't survive about these things. Okay, that's where the survival tendencies bring up, and they literally made us to like literally chase the path to our goals. When you see yourself from the awareness, when you see yourself from something that is like higher consciousness, you try to set some realistic goals and you don't get fed up or you don't drain your energy on people situation that aren't meant for you, because you know that these things can't really fulfill your soul, they can only fulfill your body or your, you know, mind or your senses. These situations has nothing to do with your soul. What your soul want, only you could discover it. Okay, so this was such a pretty heavy, you know, message for someone, because I see that someone is trying to literally detach themselves. Okay, and Shiva is guiding you. Okay, Shiva is within everyone who is stepping into their awareness, who is choosing themselves. Okay, Shiva is also choosing you at the same time. Okay, so this message, whoever is seeing right now, you are doing the right thing by taking the first step towards the detachment, and the whole process like this suits you. Okay, awareness suits you. So that's it, guys. I know this was a really like intellectual and very deep and philosophical kind of message, but I hope it resonated with you because someone needs to hear it. Okay, and please, if you like this message, please do like and subscribe and comment down below, because I read everyone's message and I'm really grateful for all the love that you have guys have shown in my previous videos. I'm really grateful, I'm really touched. Thank you guys for, you know, genuinely showing me support and kindness, and I love you all. Continue doing continue showing your support and doing what you are doing for this channel. And I love you guys, and I will see you in the another one. Jai Shiv Shankara. Have a nice day. Thank you.